Welcome to Coffee and Conversions, your casual segment on the top B2B marketing tactics from experiences, not textbooks. Here are your hosts, Dan and Myles.
Hey guys, welcome to another Coffee and Conversions, the first one of 2021. So we've been on a little bit of a break for the past month. Been pretty deep in strategy with our partners, and a big thing that's been going on is the digital landscape has changed so drastically. So our quarterly planning and strategy has shifted to kind of like a new area. So what do you see has been happening in the digital landscape, Dan?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite topics right now. I think the world has changed so quickly, and I think one of the biggest opportunities that we have as an innovation-focused company is staying at the forefront of that. And what we strongly believe and see at the ground floor is that in the past 10 months, the digitization of America and really the world has sped up by 5 years. And specifically in B2B technology sector where we play, offline events are essentially gone. Outbound is great, but continues to remain flat. And really, pipeline this year is going to rely heavily on digital acquisition, and our belief is that flawless digital execution is no longer an option.
So, question on that with flawless digital execution, everyone knows or wants excellence, but it also nobody really knows what excellence is. It's very subjective. Mm-hmm. So, when you say flawless digital execution, you mind breaking us down what exactly that is so you set that standard?
Yeah, I mean, the truth is digital marketing is hard. It's tough to find good execution level marketers as well, so a lot of companies struggle in this space. But to me and to us, what flawless digital execution means is a really healthy, scalable foundation. Getting your core tool set of digital in place. Otherwise, and what we see a lot is companies end up playing marketing whack-a-mole and really just jumping around different tool sets. So getting a really healthy foundation so you have a marketing tool set and you have proper tracking of your actions. When you have a healthy foundation, it really comes down to strategic execution with a focus on integrated marketing. So I mentioned this concept of tool sets, really the tools that you have at your disposal as a company, and how do you use those together, integrated, to put out your message, tell your story, display your value prop, and ultimately build trust and brand affinity, which is what's going to build actual pipeline. And the focus needs to be on building actual pipeline, not so much lead generation, which is just throwing emails into your CRM. And when we say getting a healthy execution and focusing on integrated marketing to build pipeline, I think that is where companies need to focus to be better.
Yeah, definitely. And on top of that, with so kind of your predictions for 2021, or not necessarily predictions, but the reality of what's going on. I also think that as everyone shifts digitally, especially B2B companies, there's going to be a ton more content consumption. With that, historically, like you said, companies want to build their CRMs with a database of leads. That's through ebooks and webinars or trial signups, things like that. But we're suggesting that we begin to ungate premium content being those ebooks and webinars. In 2020, with B2B companies, we saw on average 13 educational touch points before a B2B company became a customer. With that, we don't want them filling out a form every time they're trying to read one of our ebooks. So,
why should we ungate content?
I wouldn't say all content should be ungated. We do want to capture that potential lead or customer at some point, but like I was just saying, we don't want them to consistently have to fill out a lead to get our content. We need to be comfortable and confident in the value that we're providing, and trusting that they will come back. For instance, I know us at OM, we love a YouTube channel called Leisure School. We learn a lot technically from that guy, and I never had to fill out a lead form with watching his YouTube or his website, but I consistently go back to watching his videos because he provides great value to me.
Yeah, I think just to elaborate on that, the way I try to think of it is modern demand gen has become lead generation, which ends up being CRMs full of emails that don't engage. And really what we want is to build trust and education of our prospects. When they are ready to take action, they will think of us. If we limit access to our content, to our education, and to our trust, we're not going to be top of mind when they do have intent. And by ungating that content, it gives us the opportunity to be their partner, to be their thought leader, which is ultimately going to drive the actions that we're looking for.
Yeah, completely agree. And with that, because we are ungating this content, we want to distribute it. This transitions to my second recommendation. At the executionable level, we want to shift to unique ad placements and be more creative in the ads that we are producing. So what I mean by this, as everyone's going digital, a lot more B2B companies are running ads in 2021, producing more content. There's a lot more, whether that be novice digital marketers or digital marketers that are pushing out more ads. So we want to find the areas where we can win. We're going to see costs go up. So we want to find areas like LinkedIn lead gen forms or messaging ads that aren't as saturated. So we get lower costs, better conversion rates, and get our content out there more.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I think to my point earlier about flawless digital execution is baseline execution is no longer enough when everybody is competing in the same digital space. So when I say flawless execution is taking seriously your ad copy, your visuals, how are you engaging individuals, how are you using the right placements to stand apart and be better than the baseline, because that's really the only way to win.
Yeah, completely agree. My last recommendation, which ties into what you were saying, what we call robot marketing has to end. We see this a lot in the B2B space. So this is my product, these are my value points, come try me out, which is great. But with everything moving digitally and there's not as much shaking hands, we have to have that emotional appeal and be a little more personable. So that's whether that be through humor or empathy. This used to be a better marketer recommendation. Now it's a necessity. Every marketer has to show that they are a person and we're not just another boring B2B software company, because we want to build that relationship.
Yeah,
So
I love that. Build trust and build education, and I think that's how you win.
yeah, it's the moral of the story today.
Okay, yeah, so I appreciate you guys listening. Would love to hear what some of your predictions and views on the future of marketing, specifically in the world that we play in, which, as you guys know, is B2B technology and healthcare. And as always, thanks for tuning in.
Cool. Thanks, guys.